Hey there, night wanderers! Welcome to the Sleepless History Lab, where we study the past from the quiet side of night. Night has a gentle way of summoning the world's memories, reminding us of places that were once alive, but now remain as shadows moving among history. Tonight, we return to an ancient city that stood on the shores of the Mediterranean Sea, where oil lamps once glowed, hanging between marble pillars, Alexandria. And at its heart, a great building where the world once stored its knowledge before time slowly extinguished it. This is the story of the night the Library of Alexandria went silent. Sit back, take a deep breath, and let the night take us back. Chapter 1. The sun sank behind the horizon. The golden light turned to dark blue, and Alexandria began to change its face. And the harbor, the sound of the sea, sounded like the earth's long sigh. Wooden ships closed their sails. Small buckets hit the docks, and the scent of salt mingled with the lingering scent of spices in the air. The Tower of the Pharaohs, tall, majestic, and immovable, lit its flame, casting a light that crept slowly across the surface of the water. The city streets began to be deserted. Merchants hung up their silk cloths. Writers rolled up their last papyrus scrolls. Philosophers strolled among the white buildings, carrying on conversations that would continue the next day. But in one corner of the city, as all of Alexandria prepares to sleep, a place is starting to wake up. The great library, the night watchman of the world's memory. Chapter 2. The giant bronze doors opened slowly, producing a soft echo that bounced off the high ceiling. As soon as we stepped inside, the scent of papyrus and cedar oil filled the air. Hundreds of oil lanterns hung along the corridors, casting a soft yellow light, casting thin shadows on the marble walls. The shelves stood like a forest of wood arranged by humans. Each shelf contains scrolls taken from foreign ships, written by long-gone hands. Imagine a place where ancient world maps were laid out. Celestial theories were discussed, medicines were recorded, and travelogues were copied from generation to generation. In the astronomy room, the curvature of the heavens is drawn on blue papyrus. In the mathematics room, formulas are guarded like treasure. In this library, knowledge is not just writing. He is a living creature. Chapter 3. Those who live in the library are the night watchmen of knowledge. There was Eratosthenes, the man who measured the circumference of the earth with the shadow of a pole, and was almost right without modern tools. There was Callimachus, the archivist who created the world's first catalog, organizing tens of thousands of scrolls in a system so neat, even modern libraries have copied it. There was Hypatia, the mathematician who walked among the students gently and calmly, explaining the stars by candlelight. Every night, scribes worked, inhaling the scent of black ink. Their fingers moved along the fine lines of papyrus, immortalizing book after book, so the world would never forget them. And in the largest room, small sounds could be heard: the whispers of discussion, the tapping of pens, the scraping of papyrus. For this library, night is not a time for rest. It is a time for thinking. Chapter 4. The Library of Alexandria was the heart of knowledge of the ancient world. Any ship that docked in Alexandria's harbor had to hand over any manuscripts or books it carried. The librarian would copy them, return the copies to their owners, and keep the originals. Research spaces are funded by the state. Each scholar is provided with accommodation, food, and stationery. In the laboratory, scientists study anatomy, medicinal plants, and minerals. In the linguistics room, the world's languages are recorded and compiled. This library is not just a repository. It is a knowledge factory, a big machine that turns curiosity into knowledge. Chapter 5. But like all great things in history, this library wasn't lost in one great tragedy. There wasn't one great night of fire that we can call the end. What happened was something quieter, more subtle, more gradual. The manuscripts are fading. Some rooms are no longer used. The oil lamps are no longer lit every night. Perhaps one particular evening, a copyist sat alone in a large room, realizing that no students had come that day. Perhaps on another night, the coastal wind would have carried more dust than the sound of discussion. The library didn't collapse. It disappeared, bit by bit, like a long, lingering breath, then still. One night, the doors might still be open, but no one else comes in. No more sounds of paperwork. No more questions about heaven and earth. That night, the library was left with only its own silence. Chapter 6. When libraries fade, it's not just papyrus scrolls that are lost. What's missing is conversation, ideas waiting to be discussed. Experiments are waiting to be continued, questions waiting to be answered. Imagine if those records had survived. More accurate maps of the ancient world, more advanced formulas, theories lost before the world could read them. But sometimes in history, it's not what's lost that matters most, but what survives. Some manuscripts changed hands, were copied, and then copied again. Small fragments of that library have made it through the millennia and come to us. Tonight, we have walked through halls that no longer exists. But the Library of Alexandria was not completely lost. It lives in every note we read, every question we ask, every curiosity that makes us look at the sky and ask, why? And as long as humans still seek knowledge, even on the loneliest night, the spirit of the library will never die. Good night, and may this story accompany you to sleep peacefully. See you on the next night trip. You've been listening to the Sleepless History Lab. Stories from the past for sleepless minds. If this story kept you company tonight, you can leave a light, subscribe, share, or save for later. It helps the lab stay awake a little longer. Good night, wherever you are.